Hey viewers, and in today's video we are going to be doing the Alt Artist app. We're going to do a bit of prototyping and we're going to touch on interactive components. So before we get into this, as you can see, we're going to build a prototype. We're going to have the loading screen, the list view, there is going to be a list play view and then a detail view. So it's quite a lot to get into, but we did a lot of the hard work with our design system. So before we get into that, I just wanted to show you the ginormous to-do list. Okay, now first thing I want to touch on is Patreon, and this was recommended by a viewer, Matthias, if I pronounce your name right. So thanks again for your comment. And he mentioned, I'm assuming it's a he mentioned the he's grateful for the work, and is there any way that you could maybe support me by Patreon? So I think that's a great idea. So yeah, if anyone does want to support me, first things first is if you leave a like on the video, if you leave a comment, that will help, that will feed the algorithm beast, which is YouTube. So yeah, first thumbs up, comments and likes, just subscribe, the notification bell, that is going to help the whole channel. So I do appreciate your time and your comments. And yeah, I'll let you know about the Patreon when that does get set up. I have to think about different things like membership levels, things like would you like me to provide the files, design files, things like that. So we'll get into that in another time. But one thing to point out again is, if you haven't already, if you search for the beta for interactive components on Figma, you have to sign up and you have to download the beta version, and it could take up to 72 hours to give you the interactive components access. So again, try and do this as early as you can so that you can follow along during this tutorial, or if not, come back. So what we're going to do is we're going to tweak some components. We're going to do a bit of updating of the thumbnails. You'll see why in a minute. We're going to change some variants. And again, I've touched on this, where we're going to have a loading screen. We're going to prototype. We're going to use some of the default components from Joey Banks' UI kit iOS 14. We're going to use the tabs, the status bar. And again, we got the three main views that we're going to do. Okay, so before we get into it, we have to get the Pomo timer up. The reason why I like to do this is because I like to try and time box the design and the practice. I think it's a good thing to do, is time box your work. Highly recommend it, because you could spend hours, days on your design. So let's get into it. So we want to tweak some components. So what does that mean? Let me try and remember what I was thinking. Tweak some components. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to use the same images. So what we want to do first is we want to hide the play button on there, and this one we are also going to hide the play button on here, because this is going to be a an interactive component. So again, here I'm just going to change the image to the same one. And Jordan McQueen, great name. Wow, these names are amazing. And what it is when you click on that or touch it, it will go to this view where you have a play button. Okay, so that was the minor little tweaks we've done on that. But in saying it, actually, we actually need to change the image. Gosh, I'm doing this again. So we have to find Fabio Lucas. What an amazing name that is. Jeez, these names are amazing. And we also need to do the same for this. So we need to go and find Fabio again, because what we're showing is we're demonstrating the list view, the detail view, which is why it's going to have the same image. And for the first one on here, I'm just going to also change that to Fabio Lucas as well. Okay, so we've done some little tweaks in there, and so what we're going to do next is we're going to change some variants, which is what I've done on there. And before we get to the loader, we're going to just dive straight into interactive components. So what we're going to do first is you're going to go to prototype, and what this is a volume controller. So if I click on that knob, just drag it down to this one, and the way that you'll know if interactive components work is you'll see this new state here saying change to. So if you have that, then congratulations, right? So let's get into it. So what you want to do is on drag, it wants to change to up, and we just, okay, so change to up, which is this one. And then what we want to do is we want to go to this one, and we want to go back to that. Do we want to go back to that? On drag, change to default. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that is how we do it. So for this one, this is going to be a bit different. We're not going to drag because this is the song length, and you can jump to a specific part of the song. So the way we're going to do this is you are going to, let's have a think. So let's pretend we're clicking on the whole thing, and we are going to then just go here, and it's going to be on click, and it's going to change to finish, and then we want to go back, and the same thing again, on click we go back. Okay, so let's have a quick test and see if that will actually work. So can I actually delete that prototype? No. So I've actually got two prototypes. Interesting. I really wish I could. Anyway, so if I go to the F key, and what I'm going to do is straight away select iPhone X, and we are going to fill it with the, let's see if I'm going to select the right one, the lottery system background dark. Okay, there we go. Won the lottery there. There you go. Or the color lottery. So we have that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to test out if these interactive components work. So I'm going to go to assets, and then detail system alt artist, and we were playing around with these. So let's drag that in, center align that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to put that onto another page demo, so it's not going to interfere. If I go back to interactive, we're going to go to frame, we're going to hit play. We're going to see now if I drag, oh, it works, great. You see that? Drag, and that is your volume slider. Sweet. The other one to drag in, we're going to drag another instance of it, and because we created a variant, we are going to then change it to the length. Okay, so again, we're just going to hit the play, and we're going to see if this works. So you have to click on there, but we don't actually want to click anywhere really. So that is, oh, it does work. Okay, just because it's really small. So that is, you can imagine we're going to the middle of the song, so that's pretty sweet. It works. So the volume slider, we're going to position that roughly down here, and the song length is going to be around there. We're referring to the iOS or the music app, so this is how we can reference where we're going to place items. So again, we're going to go back to our components, and we are going to then start doing some more interactive stuff. So if I click on this, we're going to go to this, and it's just on click change to. Again, we just do the same thing, and we change back. Okay, and then again we go here, we click, and then we change to that, and then same thing, we click and we change to that. That's all we're doing really. We're just going to the other one, change to, we're not doing any fancy animations, change to that, and again the button, change to, and this one change to. Okay, so we've added some really simple interactions, which is sweet. and then we go back to layers, and now let's see if we can drag these in, right? So if I was to go back here, I was to bring the toggle in. So the toggle is meant to toggle vocals or instrumental, and we got the favorite. So again, what we want to do is, let's just bring the favorite in as an example, just to see that it works. And then we got the play button, so that will go somewhere in the middle. So I'm just dragging them all in to see, and is that in the middle? That's fine. And then we have a big button, which is the license. That's going to be right at the bottom. So I'm just going to quickly go back to design so that I can center align stuff. Okay, so this will be center align, and I'm just roughly positioning them. So this one around there. Okay, so if I go back here, I go to play, we're in, and here I'm just going to click, there we go, and then here you got that nice, really smooth volume control. This is my favorite app in the world. I'm kidding. Favorite song. Play, pause, button. Ah, it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we've basically done a bunch of stuff, right? Now, saying that, if I delete these, if I copy that, bring it here, let's see if this will actually remember, or will it actually remember what I've done? Let's find out, right? This will be really interesting. So if I've done it correctly, probably haven't. So if I hit play, let's see if the star works and the play works. Ooh, there you go. It does work. I haven't done any for these, but nice. That is nice. And let's center align that, and that is center aligned. Why does that button not look center aligned? Okay, it is. All right, great. So we're flying through this. So we've done some basic interactions. Now the loader. Okay, so the loading screen. I'm just going to copy that to save me picking the right color. So what do I mean by loading screen? Well, you know, when you launch an app, you'll get the logo. We're just going to use interactive components to play around. Okay, so straight away I'm going to hit the T, go back to layers and go for A. Can't see anything, so we're just going to go to white. Still can't see anything. There we go. We're going to go to the font, which is Stereo Funk. So nice, this font. And we are going to then make this big. We're going to say, yeah, 72. 72 is in the 8-point grid. So we're going to see this. We're also going to have the name. Okay, so this is like Spotify, how they do it. And we got alt artist. We're going to make that around 24. Can we just get rid of all the letter spacing? And that one's going to be roughly around there. Okay, so we're going to have a loading screen, but we can use interactive components to make this like a very simple animation, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to straight away convert this to a component, Alt Command K, and we are just going to bring that to the top, and we're going to unlock the variants. So boom, and we need to space this out a bit better. So, and I know why, because the letter spacing is not right. So if I was to go right in here and go auto, it should space it out better. And here we have to go auto as well. It's not doing it very nicely. So if I convert, if I put spacing of, let's say 48, okay, and what we're going to simply do is we're just going to have it glowing. So this probably takes a bit of time to do, so I might speed this bit up, but just to show you what we're going to do, we are going to hide the fill, we're going to add a stroke. That stroke is going to be white, and we are going to add some effects. Okay, so we're going to make it kind of glowy. It's going to have those nice neon effect lights. We're going to have a blur of 24, and we're going to say white. We're going to bring that down to, actually no, there isn't going to be any reduction. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this 5 times, and we can actually do this. If you click here, let's see if I remember the way. Ooh, maybe you can't. I'm sure you can. There was a way of copying it. Ooh, maybe you can't. Okay, there it is. So you see that tiny thing there. Command C, Command V. And we're going to go here. We're going to make this smaller, 18. Command V. We're going to make that smaller, let's say 16. Command V. We're going to make that 12. Command V. We're going to make that, let's say, can I get in? No. Who's doing so well? Okay, 8. Nice. So you see that glow. And we're going to turn this into a style. So we're just going to call it glow, which I've created one already. So glow 2. Ooh, you have to hit the plus. Glow 2. Create style. So what we're going to do is, actually, probably should have just did that the first time. I deleted that one. So here we're going to create a new variant, and it's put it all the way down there for some reason. So I'm going to select the whole thing, Shift A, and I'm going to then say space between U, space between packed, let's say what, 40 spacing, 48. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if we go back to this one, we then want to, oh gosh, I'm just resizing, resize the fits. Okay, so that is probably, should bring this down a bit. Let's say 8. Okay, so we're going to go for about how many colors? We are going to try very different colors, right? So it's a shame we can't apply it to everything, because that would be very good if we could. And we're going to do, can you? No, you can't. You can't. So what we're going to do is we're going to detach. We're going to go into each one, and we're going to change it. So let's say we start with red, and I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to go to each one, copy. And this is just, ooh, we're going to change the stroke to red as well. Okay, we get another variant. Okay, so hopefully you reached this far. Hopefully I'll put it back in real time. So we just created 5 versions, and we're going to straight away go to prototype. And what we're going to do is we're going to say we go to the next one, and this is going to be after delay. So delay, let's say it's 3 seconds, 3 seconds too long. We're going to test it out. Same again, after delay, 3000. Did I say 3000? Yeah. This one again, after delay, this is also going to be 3000. This is the nice thing about these components, is we're just creating a loading screen. It's a shame we can't export it as a GIF. And then this one, he goes back, and that will also be after delay of 3000. Okay, so if I go to prototype, which it is, which one is going to go first? If I select that and I hit play, let's see if that comes first. I forgot what I had to actually do. So we have to actually bring this out, because we just need an instance of it, because we created a nice component, right? So we go to assets and the logo is not there, so we're just going to try and place it in this frame. Nice. We come back here, and did it appear? It didn't appear. No. Why is it not appearing? It should appear in this page. Must be doing something wrong. Okay, layers, assets. It should be here. Oh no. Go back to design. That might be why. Come on. Where are you? So this should be in that frame. So if I go to frame, Alt Artist, no, it's not appearing. Okay, I'm going to go for all of these to see where that new one is hiding. Wow, I just can't find it anywhere. No, it might be that one, but I think that is a different one. Go back to layers, getting lost in the design. Okay, go back to interactive. Wow, I'm not sure what's happened to that one. We're going to call this loader. Go back here, go to assets, loader. It's not appearing here, so I'm going to search for this loader. There it is, but we got two. Okay, one is the practice. So again, I'm going to call this loader demo. Go back to assets. Which one is load? What? That is weird. They're both loaders now. Loader. Can I go here and then do a dash? Go back to assets. Wowzers. I'm gonna have a guess, and it's this one here. I'm guessing loaded demo. I think I'm the right one. Center align it, put it in the middle, and let's see if that works. So hit play. You should see 5 colors. So it is working, but it's way too long. So what we have to do is go back, go to prototype, and we need to then say, wow, we need to go back. So that is way too long. So what should we say? 4 seconds. Wow, this does take time when you playing around with animations, and if I'm doing the right ones. So 400, just check I did that. No, 400, this one, 400 is probably going to go by really quick. 400. Okay, so we go back and we hit play. Let's see if this works. There you go, nice. It's just got really nice simple neon effects. Okay, so we got our loading screen. Simple. Hopefully this doesn't go to an hour, but we'll see. So we've done our loader. We now need to do some prototyping. Okay, so I'm just going to drag that, and what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to name this frame. So this frame is going to be loading. This I'm going to call list view. Just delete that and that. This one is going to be called detail view. Copy this, paste, and this is going to be called list view or list play view. Actually, no, we're going to do it slightly different. So we got 3 views: loading, list view, and detail view. And what we're going to do first is we are going to grab some things, right? So if you can go back to Joey Banks, go to his variants and load it up, and we're going to grab 2 things. And those 2 things are going to be, we're going to grab the wonderful, go to assets actually, and you just look for status. So you can find here status. We are just, I hit a minus on there. Just want to go out, and I'm just going to drag it, for example, ruining the stuff. So I'm just going to change this to dark version, okay, and Command C. We're going to do Command V, and we're going to align this to the top. Do the same for here, align that to the top, and the same for this one, and align that to the top. Okay, sweet. And now what we want to do is tabs. So we can search for tabs, and we're just going to get that one. Let's zoom in and actually delete that, but we only want 3 tabs. So we can select here, we can copy, but we actually want the dark version. So copy, come back here, paste that, and we align it to the bottom, paste that, and align that. Actually, on that view, you're not going to get it. So we've done that very quickly. Just delete that, come back. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to switch off some of these default grid that they put on. So just hide that. And what we're going to do is change this to grey. Okay, so this one is going to be favorites. Ooh. This one is going to be browse. This one is going to be search. Okay, so rather than get the icons, what you can do is again go to SF symbols, find the icons, but for now we're gonna, to save time, we're just gonna go straight into the list view. So if I go to assets, actually we need to have a text. So I'm just gonna type in some random text, hit the white, and this is gonna be curated songs, and we are going to go to the default, search for default. We're going to say subhead. Let's see how big that is. Okay, that's fine. Again, I'm being quite not so precise with how high or low it is. And this one we're going to say default headline 3. Let's see how big. Okay, we need to make it a bit bigger, maybe 2. Curated songs, alternative, Daft Punk artists. Okay, so I'm going to do Shift A, and what we're going to do with this one, do we want to make this bigger? Let's say title 1. Okay, that might be too big. So let's go back to 2. We're going to detach, and we're going to make that, let's say, semi-bold. Okay, that is pretty nice. Okay, so let's say around 100 from the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to assets, and we are going to start dragging in some of our list stuff that we've done. So here we have created some of these already. So we're going to just copy. Actually, this should be here. There we are, sorry. So we're just going to drag it, and we are going to align it. Just going to bring it down slightly. So we need to change this to variant 2, and we need to have some, well, what we're going to do is we're going to Command C, Command V, which is going to drag that version down. We are going to select both and we're going to put that into a auto layout, so Shift A, and we're going to have that a fixed height of 375. Padding on the left and the right, let's say 16. Let's see if this works. Okay, so 16 and 16. Did that work? No, it didn't. You'll see why. So this I'm also going to put at 16. So here we're going to see if we can then say fill container. No, this is always a battle. So fill container, there we go. And fill container on the component. No, not on the component. How did I do it? So fill container, was it on the frame? Okay, so on the frame, you then put fill container. So now it fills nicely. And we are just going to copy a whole bunch of these. So also just to check the spacing, let's say 8 is 8 too tight. Let's say 16. And again, we're just going to copy a whole bunch. So let's go right down. Let's say that's enough. And we just quickly copied all of that. Wow, really, really quick. And the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to change these as well. Okay, so this is the fun bit for you. We can just change up these images. So I'm going to choose that one. So again, probably going to speed up this part of the video. So we've got our list view, and what we want to do next is we also want to get another view here. And just to check again, so we got all the tabs, status, list view, we're nearly there. And wow, not too bad, not too bad at all. So the last thing we want to get is, we want, if you hit the play, if you hit one of these songs, something is going to, another list line is going to slide in here. So just going to drag that here and actually get rid of that. We actually need to just lock that layer for now. If I lock it, then if I go to the whole thing and paste, so what we're going to do here is align that, and this one we are also going to change it up a bit. So again, if I'm going to fill that, and we're going to use this one here, which is the dark elevated, and can we then do this? So let's say 16. Okay, so if we could then say fill container, and that is not doing it properly, can we then say fixed of 375? Nice. So also what we might want to do is make the spacing a bit better. So let's say 16 all around. And we also want to, let's see, so hug contents. So you can see that when we tap on the first song, the active song is going to pop up, or it's going to slide in. But this we want that to be bring to the front. This we want that to be just underneath. Okay, so again, yeah, we got that pretty simply done. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy this. So Command C or Command D to duplicate. We're going to say list view, list play view. Okay, so stretch. Okay, this is where the magic happens. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to bring that view up wherever it's hiding. There it is. So we're going to bring this up quite simply like that. Just going to bring it more precisely. Okay, And what we want to show is this song is playing. So here, if I can go in and I've locked it, if I unlock, if I go into that one, I want to show the play button. So I just unhide it. And of course, the last view we need to do is the detail view, which I haven't finished off. So what we're going to do is we can go back to assets, we're going to drag that, and we are just going to vertically, well, not vertically, roughly around 180. So you've got the song length, and the reason why we're keeping the controls near the bottom is because that's where the thumb is most likely to be, the bottom sheet. So you got the volume control, you got the media controls, and we got this one is going to be, for example, well, let's say license, and what we're going to do is we are just going to put in something here which is saying instru. Now we just want to go to ooh, where's that hiding? That text is hidden. There it is. And I want to say I want it to be white. We want it to be, we want to toggle instrumental on, which is no voicing or no vocals, for example. Default body is good enough. We're just going to bring that all the way there, roughly align it in the middle. This one as well, we're going to do this by hand and roughly align that in the middle too. So again, we got the volume and everything should be there in the middle. This could probably go down a bit more. And another little thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the rectangle. This is to go back. So here we're going to quickly create this. So let's say 40 and a height of 4 and a radius of 2. Is that too small? Let's say 48. I'm going to leave it that grey colour. We're going to put that in the middle, roughly around there. Again, let's say 100Y. So now we've got the detail view and this song is playing. So I think we're ready to finish off the prototype. Wow. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to spread these out. So if I go here, I go to prototype, we are going to go to this, but it's going to be after a delay. So let's say 1 second, for example. Let's see how that goes. This one we are going to say, okay, ooh, why can't we go in? Should be able to go in. It's not letting me. It's not letting me because it's locked. Don't lock. So we want to actually touch this, and it's going to go to that view. So we're just going to go there. What we want is smart animate, and I think that's enough. And then so smart animate goes there. That should then pop up, and then here if we touch on this view, we are going to go to the detail view. And do we need a smart animate? We don't. We just want it to say instant. And then the last thing is, if we want to go back, we're going to say on click instant. Okay. Wow. Okay, nearly 50 minutes or so. So let's see how this goes. Okay, play. That was a lot, right? Okay, that was way too quick. These are loading. So let's slow that down. Let's slow it right down because we have to see our hard work. So after delay, let's say 3 seconds. Okay, 3 beautiful seconds. And we go back to play. Hopefully that is not too quick. Let's see. Nice, very nice. Okay, so here we are in the list view, and let's go on the first song, and it didn't work. No, that kind of worked, didn't it? Actually, if I click the whole thing, it's going to work. Yes, there you go. There you go. Okay, so the whole thing slided up. If I click anywhere else, it doesn't slide back down. Okay, so that's something we want to do. So again, if we go back, this is something I should have done. So, ooh, we're gonna have to, yeah. So if we click on the whole thing, we go back. Okay, so let's see if that works. So again, we go to play. So you've got that nice neon light. Okay, so we're in. We click on this first song. If I click again, okay, we don't, yeah. So you can see it goes away, but not so great. So again, we can tweak that, but anyway, we got this first view, and then here, if we go to this one, we go to the detail view, and I want to go to the middle of the song. I want to up the volume. I only want instrumental. Let's play. Let's favorite. Let me check out the license. Okay, now let me go back. Boom. So that was pretty quick, but I think that is pretty much it, right? So again, let's do that one more time. Okay, can't sing it Daft Punk style. I should, hopefully, I wish I could play that song, but I know it'd be copyright. One more time, people. One more time. Okay, so if I hit the play, and oh, that's sweet. Okay, so I want the first song, and it's playing, and I want to take a detail view. There we go. Again, we want to go to the middle of the song. Actually, I want to hear the song, and ooh, that goes back. Oh no, it goes. I want it to be full blast, and I only want instrumental. Let's pause it. Let's favorite it. What is the license? Let's go back. I want to check the next song. Okay, so that is pretty sweet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like the work I'm doing or the content, to support this channel, the best way to do that is to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's going to feed the YouTube algorithm. Then hopefully they're going to push it out to more people. And so again, I appreciate all my current viewers. Let's grow stronger. Let's get better at design. Let's share our work, and I'll see you in the next video.